Okay, what to do when you stop halfway through something very important. So let's just say that you're working on something that actually matters a lot to you. You made some progress and you got somewhere with it, and then you just stopped, okay? For whatever reason. And now it's sitting there, it's half done. And the longer it sits, the harder it feels for you to go back to it. This is such a common pattern with our goals, not at the beginning. We usually keep on going in the beginning, and we find it really easy when we need the, final stretch of that race towards that goal. But in the middle is where most of us drop. It's when the easy part's already done and what's left feels like it's just way too much effort. Obviously uncertain, we don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to play out. Unless exciting, it's more like the drudgery part of the goal. But instead of finishing it, you move on to something else and you abandon it, not because you don't care, but because it feels easier to start something new rather than coming back to something that matters, which requires actual effort. And so here's what I want you to do instead, especially if that goal matters to you. You have to remove the pressure first off to finish it all at once. This is what people, this is why they get stuck. They look at what's left and it feels too big, feels too uncomfortable, and so they avoid it altogether. But instead, I want you to just come back to re entering. You don't have to complete anything, you can just do a little small touch, okay? A little small task, a little small baby step that you can take. Ask yourself that question: what's the smallest step that I can take here? Not the whole thing. It's not like I have to complete, a big, massive leap. You're just trying to do one small step, and that's going to help you reconnect to your goal. The next thing is actually reminding yourself, why did you want to do that thing in the first place? Because when it sits there unfinished, it loses its meaning. It just becomes another task. So you have to remind yourself, why did I start this in the first place? Why did I want it so bad? What excited me to begin in the first place? And the reason that we do this, ask ourselves these sort of questions, is not to create pressure, but it's to remind you the why. Your why is such a core component of working towards any goal. And so you remind yourself of the why, where are you headed, and you take that small little baby step, because when it comes to any goals, we don't have to finish it all in one day. It always happens one step at a time. And so now, when you practice this, instead of leaving important things unfinished, you become someone who actually sees them through. You don't abandon things just because they get hard. You continue. You come back and you continue. And that's what's going to create real results in your life. And this is exactly what I teach inside Inspiring Life Academy. You get lifetime access to 90 plus of my courses, how to follow through on what actually matters so you don't keep on leaving the important things half done. Because, of course, starting is easy, but finishing things, like finishing your goals, is what actually changes your life. You can find the link to the Academy over in my bio, and that is it for today. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.